Today we're going to change out this table that's in the FD model. I'm going to tell you what I don't like about this table, and then I'll show you how I'm going to fix the problems. So first up is I don't like the way these legs, when you fold them up, they lock down. It's easy enough to lock them down, but when you go to unlock them, it's kind of a pain because you've got to reach up under here and push on both of them, and there's really no place to push on them to bring it down. You have to kind of jiggle this around and try to release it. As you can see, I'm trying to get these loose there like that, and then fold it down. These are the ones that I had on my other camper, and if you see, they come out like this and then lock in place. These are stainless steel, and the nice thing about them is, hold on just a minute, the nice thing about these is when you've got your tabletop on here and you want to retract it, you just push this button right here, push it, and the whole thing folds down, and pull it up, snaps in place. Second thing I don't like about this table is when you pull it up, it's not even with this countertop here. And I'm not sure what the reasoning behind that is, because basically it's almost, you just have to bring it a little further out on those things and bring your brackets up higher, and you can make this even right across here. So that's what I'm going to do as well, make that even. And the third thing that I don't like about it is you're wasting a lot of space here. I'm definitely going to make it about the same length, and this is almost 15 inches. I may even go 16 inches here. And then what I'm going to do is take it back as far as I can without interfering with this plug. And I also have my curtains here, so I'm either going to bring it out and be even, maybe about this big, or I'm going to bring it out and make a little notch and bring it over. But then it's going to start messing with my curtains, so we'll have to figure out how we do that. But we're going to get some more room on this shelf, at least this much, at least 3 to 4 inches more, maybe another inch longer. So the one on board here I got from Lowe's, I'll show you a picture of it here, is it's actually 16 inches wide, and I'm not sure how long this is, but it is already pre-glued up, and all I have to do is roughly sand it. I'm going to bevel my edges, and then I'm going to put some kind of finish on it, which we're going to work on, maybe a whitewash finish, and then maybe put polyurethane on that to seal it in. So I have gone ahead and removed my old table from there, and one thing you want to notice is there's a board. They put a backing board behind here for this, and I've measured where that ends, and it's at a 14-inch mark, that board on the inside where they mounted that to. So I can go all the way over to here. You can see I'll probably put that one in the same place, but this one I'm going to put further over because my table's going to extend further back. So I can go all the way up to that 14-inch line. Make sure you look behind here into your drawer, and there's a backing board that they've installed on the back of this, so you have something to screw into. So I've gone ahead and cut my board here. It's 16 inches this way, and I've cut it 21 inches this way. And I've gone ahead and mounted my brackets. I've only temporarily mounted them now. I've mounted this front one right exactly over top of the old one. You'll see it still has a little hole right here where the old one used to be. Now, because this shelf is going to be bigger, I didn't want to space it in the same spot. Unfortunately, I have these holes, but I'll take some white putty and probably fill those up. But another thing when you put these up is you'd like to butt these right up against here, but when you do, it actually hits when it goes down. So there's going to be a slight gap when you put your table up top up here. It's not much of one. You see there's just a slight, maybe less of 1/8 of an inch right there. But this is how this is going to work. And I think what I'm going to have to do here is make a little bit of cut for the plug when it goes down, and we'll have to look and see how that works. So I temporarily got this tacked on just to see how it's going to work. Grab a hold of it here, pull it up, snap it in, and then like I say, to put it down, you just reach under there, grab your two levers, hit it, goes back down. So what I'm doing now, and so I get a nice perfectly round, I'm using the old table with the rounded, and I'm going ahead and marking my round parts. Let's see here, I'll just go ahead and do this one here real quick. So now that I've got that all marked, I still have to do my corner up here on my little notch, but I will disconnect this, take it loose, take it to my basement, and work on the router edge, do a good sand on it. I think I might do some kind of whitewash on it, and then I'm going to actually take a polyurethane and put over top of that. So you can see that router table did a nice little bevel on the edge. My corners, I could take it, disconnect that and probably do my corners better, but I'm just going to use the sander to get those corners straightened out. And I'm going to do the same thing here, kind of straighten this out a little bit with the sander. So what I did is I took some white latex paint that I had around the house, and I mixed it 2/3 water to 1/3 paint. It might even be a little thinner than that. So I'm going to take this now, use a rag, and I'm going to wipe it with the grain. So I got that whitewashed, and what I used on that is I actually had to thicken up the paint a little bit. I used some Kills, and my key now is I've never put oil-based polyurethane over top of a latex thing like this, but I'm going to give it a shot this time. And what I've done is I'm going to take this fan, let it dry, let it blow on there for at least an hour, just to get all that moisture out of that wood before I start polying it. So hoping by doing that I won't have any issues with that poly. So there's one coat of polyurethane. It's a satin finish, so that'll tone down a little bit. And we'll look and see how it looks. Probably going to have to take a little bit of light sandpaper and sand over it. Maybe a little steel wool, go over it, and then maybe another one more coat. We'll have to see how it comes out. We want it really sealed well because we're going to have water that'll be on that. We don't want anything soaking into the wood. So here's the finished product. Got it all done. I've got 2 coats of polyurethane. Where I did a whitewash on it, it didn't do as well as I thought. It didn't get the yellowing out of it that I really wanted to, but it did pretty decent. Definitely made it a little lighter in color. But I have that set up with polyurethane now, and you can pretty much put a drink or whatever on that, and it'll never leave a ring because it's got 2 coats of that poly on it. It's here. It's all the way up. Just hit the 2 levers underneath. Goes down like this, and that's where it's stored. You'll see when it's down, I did make a notch there where you can get to the plug without any kind of problems. Now I did, in one of my earlier mods, the box did stick out quite a bit here, and I did mod it to where it went back into the box to where that wouldn't stick out. So if this is something that project you're doing on the FD model and you have that box that sticks out, you may have to look at that. Some of them with the FBS model has that particular box in the bathroom, but you'll have to see what your box is. But I had to mod mine in. I did that on a previous mod. But anyway, I'm pretty happy with that. Like I say, you just, when you want to use it, flip it up, snap it in place, and there you have it. Nice big countertop. I did make it pretty close to even on the top here. That way I can put a dish strainer here for the sink. Plus, if you're using the stove, you don't have really any countertop, so that gives you a quite a bit longer countertop in there. So I'm pretty happy with what it turned out. If you have any questions on how I did this project, or something that you may have done to utilize more space with your camper, let me know in the comments, and we'll talk to you again on another one of these RV shorts.